Everyone is living as an independent, and every adult is looking at the aspect of being married and having a relationship and that whole fancy fairy tale dream, American dream lifestyle, little dog and picket fence. Every adult, every sane adult is looking at it, no longer dreaming. Now it has to be a part of your agenda. You have to treat it like you have to wake up and go to work. You have to wake up and think, I want to have children. And everyone is like, I'm good. And because of it, two-income housing seems irrelevant. Because of it, social relationships that don't lead to that seem irrelevant. That is what's happening. It is a psychological trait of the world. In the beginning, there was patriotism where women didn't have rights, and then women got rights, and then the workload became a two-income household, but then inflation made that hard to do. And then inadvertently, side incomes became into aspects, and the wage gap became even bigger and bigger, and now most people who are doing generally well are in the same psychological disposition of seeing a person in a relationship as being a biological asset, meaning if a man wants to have children, he goes and finds a girlfriend. If a girl wants to have children, she goes and tries to infatuate a boyfriend to purposely and practically go down that route of traditionalism that beforehand was pretty much inbred into us to be the default of life. And that's why a lot of people in our generation are having existential crisis, because what we were not taught but just felt was right, when it comes push to shove, a lot of people are like, I don't want that, but what does that mean for my existence? We are realizing we are harboring an existential crisis because of the ideology of individualism in an independent world that does not revolve around codependability of another person for survival and resources. As we say, or some have said, we don't need people. So we pretty much limit our need for people strictly to biological pursuit of children or the promiscuous passings of play, of sex and things like that. We have to have a rationalized reason of why we want to do anything. Otherwise, we will sit in our disposition to realize we don't need it. We can't pursue the things we want because we realize we don't need them. Our disposition of psychological maturity that we should have had in our youth has taken full effect inadvertently in the adult world. We don't need to get married. We don't need to have children. But on an emotional level, we've been inbred to think, but we want to. So we have to sit and think, do we want to? Or is that just what we feel we're supposed to do because that's what everybody's doing and that's what we've been taught to do? But we're thinking. We're freely thinking now. So just that. Your fingers have been busy. Ha ha ha. I'm going back to my sleep spot.